It's the radio on the radio, no radio. Today we are here to challenge the status quo. What is status quo, you may ask? Status quo is existing state of affairs, especially regarding social or political views. So, first I would like to say, when you challenge the status quo, you are trying to create change, right? Some people do not like this word change. I'm not talking about change like change a pair of shoes in a faddish way. If one wants short-term change, what you could do is buy a pair of sneakers, like the sneakers for a little while, it bring a little bit of change to your life. Then after you feel like you're done with it, put it in the closet, you push change to the back door. We're not talking about that type of change. We're talking about long-lasting creation of change. So first, I have to break down how you can go about changing. So there's this model that I've been looking at. It's called, I'll post it in the link. But the model is basically a triangle, right? And on each side is emotional, spiritual, and underneath is social. So let's talk about the 3 points of how to create change to challenge your status quo. First, emotional. First, you have to identify, right, what your emotional commitment is to your current lifestyle. Because unless you can figure out how you are now or how you feel now, you won't be able to change anything, right? Second, you need to figure out what emotion drives change. Next, I ask you to identify what emotions are important to changing or preventing change. You have to know what emotions you don't want to feel, just as much as you need to know what emotions you want to use to change, right? It's basically like hot and cold in that point. You have to know the opposite. I will say this. If you have fear or you are comfortable in what you're currently doing, you're not going to want to go against change. So those are two things right there that will prevent change. Fear and being comfortable where you are. All right? Second, for the social aspect of it, I want you to think about, do you make the people around you better, or do the people around you make you better? A lot of times we can't change based on our social groups that we hang out with. If I'm about to get negative on you guys, if I'm trying to stop drinking, but I go hang out with my friends who all they do is drink and turn up, am I putting myself in an environment to create change? No, right? I'm not. So there, my friends, I ask you to challenge your status quo. Lastly, spiritual. Spiritual, we can go about a whole different ways of spirituality, right? So just to put them all together for just a second and just think on a broader term. For spiritual, what core beliefs will need to be aligned with your desire, right? Do you have the values, or can you obtain the values that you need to create the desire, or create the desire so you can change, right? Or is your desire strong enough to give you, I would say, the motivation you need to seek these values? So you have the emotional side of it, you have the social side of it, and you have the spiritual side of it, right? So my question is, how does one challenge the status quo? First, identify, right? Then see what emotions you need from it. Then see, are you around the right people? And lastly, do your beliefs align with what you're trying to do? I want to ask you a question. In life, now this is going a little bit off this topic a little bit, but just the same, stay with me. I give you two options. I give you the red bowl and the blue bowl. Which bowl would you pick? You would pick the red or the blue, right? Because I only gave you two options. This, my friend, is what I like to call the status quo. There's only two options available. When you're trying to fight this in your everyday routine, you get the red bowl or you get the blue bowl. There's always a third option. I don't have to pick a bowl. Maybe I want to use a cup. It's always a third option. When I teach my youth, I tell them, I said, look, I give you left and right. Put that right there. And I space it out in the middle, right? Let me give you a little better view. Space it out in the middle. And I leave a gap. I say pick one. And they say this one or that one. Now I'm going to tell you, I leave this space right here to represent nothing. Because nothing is always an option. Nothing always leaves room for change. My friends, you have to challenge your status quo. Are you waking up every day, living your daily routine? Is your life full of purpose? Does it have meaning? Are you tired of everything you're doing? Do I sound like an infomercial yet? Well, there, my friends, you have it. Challenge your status quo. I ask you to challenge your status quo. That's it. If you have any questions or you want to add to the topic, what else I got for you? Oh, or you would like to talk about next week's topic, or you would like to tell me your progress about how you've done with another topic, which would be fear, commitment, creating change, motivation, whatever you're looking for. Please like, share, comment, hate, get mad, give me advice, tell me how you want to do it. Ask me if you would like me to play a different character. Who knows? We'll see what it is. But the note and takeaway for today is challenge your status quo. Because without that, you will be nothing. Thank you.